to a new episode. There we go. Now I'm gonna be giving you a let's look at Big Pharma. This is like a this is very similar to, damn, I forgot the name of it. It was some chemistry game. I think it was called Super Chem. No, it was some complex chemistry game where you touch ionic bonds and covalent bonds and all that stuff, and you muck with that, and you basically build like machines that produce certain elements that you want. It's a puzzle game, but I would actually more say this is more something along the lines of it reminds me of Civilization a lot, but it also reminds me of something called the offshore, I think it's Off-World Trading Company. Regardless, it is, gee, just give me a second. I will say who it's built by. Okay, here we go. I should say. Oh, it's built by Twice Circled is the development, and I don't actually know what previous games have been made, but it's also Positive Game, I believe, developed it. Well, by development I mean like published it. There we go. So I think it was published by Positive Games and was built by Twice Circled. Now, just going through the options menu very quickly, you got running background. This is very useful if you got a bunch of machines and you got a lot of money to maybe achieve. Maybe you want to get a few $100,000 and you just need to run your machines a little bit. Obviously, a lot of the puzzles require you to do things in a certain time frame, so a lot of that's not going to be useful. But especially if you're playing on your own and you just want to, I don't know, maybe get a few gold, then that's definitely going to help. And also the music stops whenever you alt tab, because there's no win this. That's a weird bug. Full screen window, full screen. Windowed. Yeah, see, it fixed itself. It's just this, the things go up. So there's full screen or windowed. There's no borderless, which is really nice. And there's not nice, there's no borderless, but borderless is a nice option to have. There's a bunch of resolutions. Your resolution should be here. What's really nice is there's 19 by 10. And there's 25,000 monitors. There's a bunch of nice sections, and so sometimes some people like the small 800 by 600 windows, and there's no that option. So that would have been nice. Okay, running background and there's audio sliders. So, but there's no shading in the game, so it's fine. There's no shadow options or anything like that. And there's very little anti-aliasing that I can guess. But guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you a few of the options, and then of selecting a game, and then we're going to jump into one I've already started, and we're going to show you how the game works. So, there's obviously tutorial levels. There's beginner, there's intermediate, advanced, quick start, and there's crippling depth. So essentially how this works is beginner is you really want to start off a tutorial. I know people go, oh, I don't need to start a tutorial because after this I'll understand how the game works. Well, you may say that, you actually probably won't. Because the game's a bit different and it takes quite a bit of time to actually get started up. Beginner, this is a quite nice place to start. You have a decent sized map, it's 2x2, and you only have one competitor. So very good in that aspect. And this is, I've only played 2 of these missions, but I've done them as well as all the tutorials, and I'm on my 3rd mission basically completed. So I've probably spent maybe, I think it's probably about 4 hours in this game, 4 or 5 hours. Oh, it's probably less than that. It's probably about 3-4 hours. I would say is a good selection plus the tutorial. The tutorial took me about an hour to be done, and that's not too bad. And especially with all this stuff, and there's a lot of text you have to do. It's probably about 45 minutes, honestly. And then each of the missions takes about an hour to 2 hours. Some of them are easier than others. Like this one was actually quite difficult, and they require different things. So there's obviously, even though it says within 9 years, there's extra points for getting closer. So this one's within 10 years, and if you complete, I think it's within 6 years, you get a master ribbon, which is the pink one. purple one. So there's kind of more replayability that you may want to replay the same once. You may not get the best score, then you want to come back to get a better score. There's no scoring system, but I guess there is this. It'd be nice if there's some kind of scoring system. And then there's Quick Start here, who's literally just how it works is beginner, you get small scenario with reduced research and cure trees, so you don't get all the cure trees, and it's slightly easier. And then you get slightly less cure trees and stuff. And here, advance, you get all research, all cures, settings the way the game is meant to be played, obviously. And the sign cache is the same, and then creeping depth, you just basically a big depth, and that's it. And there's a bunch of things you have to do. Okay. And enter the pill. Lol. And then there's so there's a bunch of quick start, which basically just gets you right in there with a few additional basic technologies and 3 ingredients. So it's a little bit better to start off with. That's the options. The games, it's actually quite enjoyable, but it's also quite fun to do by watching something else. So we're going to jump into the game. There's been a patch recently that's kind of nerfed one of my old strategies. So I am going to show you. So as you here we can see scenarios. So I can actually show you. I can show you that this game of margins, it's been about an hour, and I have basically about halfway through. And then this lost my appetite to about an hour and a half. The beginner bottom line took about an hour and a half. So it take about an hour and a half actually, it looks like. So you're looking at about an hour and a half puzzles on the beginner ones. I'm sure the later ones will be a lot harder. So we're going to start off with the bottom line one. This is the first mission I ever completed. And you can definitely see. Now, one thing you will notice is that it's quite a mess. And you can buy all these things over here. And you can buy more area, and it's pretty cool. So we buy this, we see we get this nice little area here. Regardless, we're just going to quickly show you a few things. What you see here is you see these machines kind of have an input and output, and see how they are kind of connected to each other. You can't do that anymore, so you see that in my later ones, but in my early ones that is it. They just kind of nerfed that, or they don't really nerf it, there's not enough functionality. I can't speak English today. That's not the function that they wanted. I can't barely can speak English, blah blah, and somehow I'm also learning Japanese, so it's not fun. Regardless, and so essentially what you do is we start with an ingredient. Let's see here, and this ingredient is called our Witterstone quartz, and it's got all things are negative and all things are positive. Getting this positive gives me 112 gold, right? And obviously every time we process it, it costs profit. So it costs 41 gold just to make the get item, just to bring it in. These things are essentially what you're doing is you're mucking around with the concentration. That's it. That's all you're doing, and it makes it seem. You may go and go, wait, but that seems really bad. Why would you want to muck around with the concentration? Isn't that just super simple? Well, what may seem super simple is actually a lot more complex than that. So, I'm just going to quickly open up the cure tree. This is, by the way, not the full cure tree. I believe there's 3 for every single one, but I think there may even be 4. I don't actually know, because obviously I haven't completed later levels. And so as you can see here, I'm not going to talk about that later, I will talk about that later. So essentially there's cure trees, and we start with hypertension. And then, once you bring it to 0 to 6 concentration, and you ionize it, then it gets upgraded to its angina, which is a heart condition, I believe. And then, you got to bring it to 914, and if you autoclave it, you get reduced risk. And we got bipolar disease, combats ADHD, antidepressants, diabetes, all this stuff. And what you do is you start off with 2 ingredients, and over time you can spend explorers, as you can see here, to a high few, and they explore, and they find new things. So far, I will have to say this much, is that every time these things have been the same. But I don't think that's a real problem, because the demand's always different. Let's see, this demand's only 48%, where I've had some games where it's like 100. It's because I'm saturating it like ridiculously. Oh, see, that's me. That's me. I'm giving 188% saturation because I'm saturating so much. What you're seeing is the demand is quite high, and then it peaks, and then it just drops because I'm just putting so many pills out there that not enough people want it. So sufferers, the people who require this cure, and the people who are permanently cured. So 60 and 480 people suffer. So we're obviously dropping quite heavily. See, there's only 77% demand here, right? So it's not a high of demand. There's only 8-9%, when in some of their games there's maybe 100% over. It's quite different for the games, and certain events will raise them for so much time. Or there may be a earthquake somewhere, so you may need diabetes relief. I don't know, maybe a documentary came on about ADHD, and now everyone has ADHD as things happen, and that will happen. Or maybe there's a conservative movement and no one's got ADHD. It's all how things work. Before I go into that, I'm going to explore a bit more and just explain a bit more. So what happens is we start off this treat with these high tension. We put it through this machine, and as you'll see, it reduces the cooldown. Then here, as this reduces cooldown, it turns into treats agony. And one thing you will notice is this treats agony has a max strength. I'll go into that a bit later, but essentially, the closer you are to the max strength, the essentially, I think it's the is it the more stronger it is? I can't remember what it is. I think it's the closer you are to the max strength, the stronger the medicine is. So here it may only be 25%, here it may be 10%, here it will be 100%. You can't see my mouse, but I guess you can kind of like see where the box is, the right corner of the box. But it totally depends where things are. And so then after this, these treats agony then go through a ionizer. Agglometer, sorry, which raises the treatment about here, and then we go for another agglomerator. We raise this to max strength, and then we put it again, and then we cream it. So the reason that we're doing this is to make go, wait, but are we losing? We'll pause it here, I guess. You may go, but we're losing some strength. Of course we are, but we're also not getting the side effect because it's not within the active range. So every thing has a side effect range. Some things here, as you see, these only have 2, but some of them will have, I don't actually have any ones that have more than 2. I'll show you some of the later ones. Oh, here has 3. Oh yeah, this is the mixer one. I don't think I'd do this in the later one, so this is quite important. So, you can also mix things together. And now, I don't do this in the later ones just because I find it's definitely a viable strategy, of course, and it's definitely very good, but it normally requires a lot of money, and the gold you get out from it is very strong, but I just normally just double something, that's a little easier to make somewhat. Anyway, they're still very good. So what happens is, we have this medicine here called Xenogen Dust. It induces dark nightmares. It's also antidepressant. That's not a very good mix, but oh well. It also causes pins and needles. But some of these we can remove, as you can see. But to remove these pins and needle effects, we need to bring it down to 3 or 4. Right, concentration, and then we need to dissolve it, and we have 14, so that's a lot. And how it works is your basic machines are, you can either decrease it by 1, increase it by 1, decrease it by 3, increase it by 3, halve it, or double it. That's it. Yeah, and there's some machines here. I know, I'm pretty sure there's something there, but I can't remember what that is, guys. Then you got analyzing, which can find max strength, because at the start you don't know it. Multi-maxing, obviously, and shaker, which is shown also through here. So this gets brought down here. As you see, this antidepressant is here, but we also require a catalyst. We require the catalyst, as you can see there. We also require this green catalyst. And guess what has this green catalyst? This. So we kind of get to mix these two materials together, so we keep the green catalyst, but we also keep the antidepressant, because the cold symptoms, that's quite good. But if we look at our cure tree here, if we look at this, that's 332 compared to 244. So this is obviously a lot better. Okay. So, this material comes through here, and we want to mix these two. But there is a slight problem. So what you do is you have something called a base, and you have something called a non-base. I don't know. So you have a base ingredient, and then you have a second base ingredient. So, well, how it works is they mix it together. So as you see, this is actually a really good example, because as you see, there's 4 slots. Or medicine always have 4 slots. Even though you can't see them here, you can see these other 2 slots. So how it works is the only way for us to actually get a special mixture here is to put our bond thing right here. Only way. The annoying thing about the shaker is it will shift all the drugs down one, but you can't actually. I would like it so you could actually get a special material and move to any position, but that's the thing about this game is it's really simple in that mechanic that there's no complexity to it. There's no, oh, I want to move this down here and this up here and this to the left, this to the right. There's none of that. There's no control. You can't even control how much your drugs sell, and that's actually where the game gets a lot of its almost beauty from, is the fact that there's none of these complexity formulas. It's just simple, simple, simple. So, this here, and then this here. So we look at it, this will combine on the 3rd slot. But the problem is that, as we're looking here, the 3rd slot's got nightmares. So when these two mix, the nightmares will take over the random fainting, and the only thing we'll keep is fatigue. But what we really want to do is we really want to have the 3rd slot empty. So if we shift the more down one, this one will go to the top, this one will go to the 2nd, this one will go to the 4th, and we got the 3rd slot empty. Perfect for random fainting. So, this comes in, 3rd slot empty, this comes in, and you can see the mix. And we have random fainting. And by the way, as you can see, this takes 2 turns, so everything has a process time. So after you make your pills, essentially what you want to do is then you want to turn them into pills, and as you see here, I'm creating it, one because it's got a lower process time, and it has slightly more a combined value, but than if you had 2 pill things. But obviously you can upgrade things for the research tree, which I'll explain next time I got a few more research points. So essentially how research works is research is quite simple. You hire people. They cost 3,000 gold for scientists. I think it's 5,000 for explorers. Yeah, and then those explorers you can set to do things, as to here. While they're not doing anything, while they're just in base and idle, you get points, and these points can be used to upgrade things. So, for example, here, this is very expensive, 42. If I can use 2 of my points to increase it to 20% discount, I'll want this. Same with research. So we'll hire a few, and then we'll let it run. I believe we don't have any machine that's just got 1 empty. That's fine. Oh, we got this going, so that will finish, and then we can upgrade the thing. So we see we have here. So we just fire those 2 because we got the 1 point. So while running this, we can talk about this. So how it works is the money comes in. We're obviously losing money here just because I don't know, somehow we're building machines wrong or something like that. I do want to see how long will this take. 18. Yeah, it's just gonna be too long. Cause so we're going to continue here. So these come out with what we want, which is the catalyst. But we also now actually need to dissolve it. So this is a dissolver for. So now we have our new thing that treats bipolar, and we can do another mixing with another catalyst to get the proper catalyst thing. So the research has been done, and we can upgrade it, and each thing's doing different things. This lowers the process cost. If we upgrade our pill printer, it makes the pills have more bonus. If we upgrade this, process cost, side effect reduction, because the big thing about the creamer is it reduces the strength of side effects in drugs, so the bad stuff. So this goes through here. We have our special mixture, and then now we're just activating it, and then as you see here, we only have nightmares. That's why we do this, because the side effects is 60%, so it's only 29% strength, and we can maybe raise it by 1 more to reduce the strength even more. Guys, that's enough for this screen, so we're going to show you another game. How about we show you this one? This one's pretty good. Okay. So this one's a lot better, as you can see. I've got a lot more machines. So here, my goal was to make 300 appetite suppressants. So I had an entire area making 3 sets of appetite suppressants, and I said some more here, I think. Here was some appetite. And so all I want to do is make as many, and I made perfect ones too, that had no side effects. See here, no side effects, yay. And then I had this bank area here. But now you can't do this anymore, as I said, which is annoying. I really think they should change that, because I like that you could instantly put into a thing and made more compact designs. I see this is really compact, especially this one here. And now this is not really possible. I mean, it's a bit annoying. This one was actually quite difficult, this tree. So what you have to do is you have to ionize it, and then you have to evaporate it to make it go into alleviate stomach ulcer, and then you had to halve it to make it so you could actually put it in the special range required. Actually, after halving, you have to actually dissolve it so it's actually in the range that you want, and then you actually have to autoclave it, which upgrades it. We should discover the ingredient, yay! And we have, then we actually yeah, we increased it by 3 using our glometer, and then we doubled it to put it a bit above, and then put the machines. But as you see, there's not an actual perfect strength, so we may want to increase the strength a bit more. But obviously that's something you could always do. Guys, that's that one. I'm not going to talk too much about it. I guess you can see all the greens. You can see I'm making a lot more cash. And I've got like a lot of people. So, I mean, if we upgrade one fully. Wow, you need 16, but you can see it's 50% decrease, which is massive. That's like ridiculous. 18 gold is nice. We get a lot of cash from these suppressants. You can see I got the full research tree out and a bunch of points. One's really close. Oh, this one's close. I'll hire 2 more guys. I'll just hire a bunch. How many can we hire? Oh, we don't have any more gold, that's why. There we go. So this is fully maxed out. And it doesn't say how much it costs. But for some reason it's fully maxed out. Do I actually have multi-mixer here? No, I don't. Don't know how to upgrade one though. Auxiliary multi-mixers, they're only 15 from like 30. So it's 50%. That's pretty good. Okay. That's that one done. So we're going to jump into a more recent save. And show you how it is. Okay. This is going to be much more representative of the actual gameplay. So you can obviously, by the way, move machines out of this, but it's going to actually build something based off this and maybe finish this. So we have our rank here, so we got to complete this goal within 2 years. So on our company screen, you see all our medicines, and then you see all their medicines. I'm smashing this guy because I had really luckiness, and as you see here, I've got 3 A cures. Yes, that's amazing. And because I get plus 25% to drug value, where E you get minus 25% or something. And I've got a lot of these being sold, a lot of value coming through. I'm very, very rich. As you see, my operating profit is 110,000. No, 100,000. I can't count. And what I actually need is I need 150,000. So we better make a new machine. We have a slot here. We might as well just buy a new area. Yeah, put it like here. We're gonna have a lot of gold, so I'll show you the loans. So as you can see, you get loans here, and you can buy them, and they've got interest rates and stuff like that. We might as well let this get running, so we actually earn some money. So I'll show you the cure tree. We've got a slightly bigger cure tree here, as you see. We got the full 3. I think it's actually gonna be even one more. I think it's 3 per one. We have our full research tree basically. Oh no, we don't. We're still building them because it's pretty early on. But we do have desert expeditions, and we do are going for that desert quite quickly. I guess we could do this one's pretty easy. I don't think we're doing gout one. What are we actually doing? We're doing liver disease, migraine, antibiotic. Okay, and antihistamine. We could upgrade the antihistamine to insomnia, and then maybe we can't upgrade it even further, but we could at least do that. Why not? Okay, so I'm gonna show you how to build some stuff. These are your entrances, and you want it. By the way, everything can be an entrance and everything can be an exit. Oh, these could be entrances. Alright, but these are my entrances too. This is my exit. These are all my entrances. I've also got an exit here. It's just basically what way they're facing. But we will make maybe this our entrance. And let's move. We could do. Yeah, we'll do this one. I mean, that's right. Import you. So you import it. And then, because you can't connect a machine directly out of it, as you can see, we got research, so we might as well continue on this. But maybe we could do a creamer. We may just want to maybe get an extra guy and put him here. So now what we want to do is we just want to pause while you build it, so we make sure we don't waste anything. Multiplayer would be quite good on this, by the way. If the developer's watching, that would be really interesting. This game is really good. I highly suggest this to anyone who's looking for a fun little game. So what you're going to do is the best way I say, just let one come out. And then see it. And then we go, okay, well we got to bring it to 4 to 6. So how do we do that? Well, we know that based on our machines, we can either increase it by 1 or increase it by 3. We can also double and halve it, but we want to increase by 3. So we might as well put this here. You can obviously, you can double click them to pick them up, by the way, and you can turn what way they're facing by pressing E, or I believe Q does the same too, and middle mouse button. You can like scroll your middle mouse button. So I could do something like that. That'd be interesting. But I think that's going to be fun too. So, based off here, we want to run this through just once, as I said. Check, this is all fine. See that little tick? Good. Okay, now we want to dissolve it. We actually have a dissolve around here. This is why I like to keep my machines around, because selling things, you actually lose a small amount of profit. This is one of my biggest complaints about the game. It's not so bad here, but like, especially here, I can't do this, because it will muck up with the wires. I have to do this like kind of weird thing like this, where you kind of just putting it in. It just looks a bit weird, and I wish you could change what ways input and output. That is my only complaint, and I think that it wouldn't really change from the whole thing of the game, that the game's very simple. And that's very good, by the way, because it means you're not wrapped around and not confused by, oh, how much should I sell this drug for, you know, and stuff like that. There's none of that. And there's no complexity, it's just very simple. But I would like to change the input and output. That's the only thing. Maybe have paint. Input, output kind of thing. There's obviously creamers, and this is the increase combined value by 20, increase by 30. But, yeah, so the reason I have 2 here, by the way, also, is because these have 2 process time. Meaning that you have to, by having this, obviously, we're getting 1 every second. Well, otherwise, we'd be getting it every 2 seconds. Oh, so this one's going to be pushed through. So here we are, it leaves insomnia. Now, we can't really get to cryogenic, because we don't have one. Or unless we do, actually. No, we don't. Okay. So, we may just go to this. But as you see here, it's 16. Oh, damn it, you know, we're not going to be able to do much. But we know the max strength is 8, so if we put it all the way to 16, we will have a very weak blood pressure. Side effect. So what you want to do is we just want to basically increase it a bunch. We can do something like this. Maybe do something like this. Let's see, we're just creatively, I guess you could say, trying to position these. so we can get the most value. I don't actually know if this is going to be too much. I think we're actually done too much. We're actually about perfect. See? Now we just want one more. Evaporate it. So I placed it wrong, so we can just do that. It's really nice to double click them and move them, because these things are very expensive. These things are, as you see, everything has a price. So if I buy a pill maker, right, which is, I believe, 2,000. Yes, it's 2,000. If I sell it, I only get 1,000 back. That's a lot of money wasted. So what I do is I have like a list of machines, and I have pill printers there, and stuff, basically stuff that I, from old projects that maybe I made one too many, or things that changed over time. So maybe you start off by using a lot of evaporators, but as soon as you unlock these, you don't need to use evaporators, you know, because maybe you just want to increase breath rate. So you want to keep those around for later on. I'll just check that this is right. Perfect. So now let's turn it into a pill. We could also use a creamer here. This is a very good one to use a creamer on, because and by the way, so you like drag them, but you really should be listening to tutorial, by the way, because it tells you how to like all the commands of dragging and stuff. But a creamer here would reduce the chance of that side effect. Very nifty. Kind of want to make it go that way. Yeah. So there we go. And you can also obviously paint things in if you want. And we completed the thing at Master. And that's all it is to it. The game's quite easy right now, but I'm sure it will get a lot difficult. I actually know it's going to get a lot difficult. Oh, this is really good. So we got a new prophet. And yes, you can name it. That's really cool. And it has really good names for you. And I got Prophet for Moffat, because I was like, why not? And it's got a little name to it. Snooze a doodle doo. I think it's a really good name, but we can do whatever you want. You can name your company whatever you want, and it just kind of puts it there. You can also, by the way, you can't really click anyway, but you can also like remove the Prophet Moffat, and you can name whatever you want. And what I also do is I also put a little tag here. Not perfect, because that's got vomiting on it. Where these ones, this one should say perfect, but that's a later pill. And it says perfect because it's got nothing. And it's a perfect range, perfect, no blood pressure, and it's an A. So we have this snooze doo doo. What do we see here? We see that our competitor has released a new medicine. And this new medicine of theirs prevents gout, but blurs vision. It's got a negative effect to it, so it's not going to be good enough. And we do have research. And this will reduce all price of machines, which is quite nice, and can also increase it to reduce it even further. And then you can make it so it's cheaper to buy things around. Maybe I just want to upgrade creamer. Maybe if we can get creamer, I don't know. We can look at that. Gallus is our green tree. And oh, we may actually even unlock this. So we may just go super fast just so we can see if we can unlock this creamer of ours. And yeah, you can buy another machine, build another machinery. That's basically how it works. Very, very simple. One of the simplest ones I started off with was simply just an antihistamine. See? So, A has finally gotten people more healthily. Oh man, sorry. Oh man, sorry. Okay, so what's happened is this more healthy diet lowered diabetes, because type 2 is caused by eating unhealthy, and it's more eating sugar, so I'm not going to go into that. But then there's also low appetite suppressants is also down. So that's going to be 2 years, which is a massive time. Or maybe in short 2 years, maybe say 6 months. But over 2 years, it will be worse than before. So that's quite bad for us. So we gotta make sure that we don't make too many appetite suppressants. If we did, we may want to destroy all those machines or rebuild them. Interesting, but a really good way, as I was saying, to start off with was my antihistamine. And no side effects, and this is basically what I started off with. I got the antihistamine, and all I simply did... for some reason it's not showing up, but that's weird. Oh, it's because I wasn't zoomed in enough. If you zoom in a lot, you get like the factory noises. Oh, we can discover the ingredient. Oh, and it's a special kind of gas that relieves hypertension. So one as you may know is that you go, wait. You said there was... This looks the exact same, so, you know, there's no difference each time. This is where you're missing something. Sure, the ingredients are no difference, and how you treat them are no difference. So really, hypertension is always going to be 0 to 6 iron acid. Always. But which ingredients give you hypertension, and which ingredients start at this? As you see, this already starts at 6. Well, the last one was like 14 or something. And it gives sleepiness and vomiting. Something that we didn't have before. So maybe you're seeing how this game works. Is that it's... Sure, each time it's going to be the same. But like, you're going to have the same trees. But which ingredients give you that, and which essentially which side effects you have to remove is always going to be different. So guys, we're going here and antihistamine, and we're just going to improve it by 1. This is all I did at the start. And it's brought me off to a very nice start. The problem is that we can't really put straight in because we want to turn to a pill because that increases by 20. Okay, that increases by 20. Always pull it back one. I don't know. I haven't really tried whether or not you actually need to pull it back one like I do, but I just do it anyway. Here we go. So you can like drag it till you get like these weird shapes. They're 100 gold to make. Oh, they're 89, sorry, because of the cost lowering. But there are 50 to sell. Okay. Antihistamine, that's all fine, there's no problem here. So essentially, we'll see the same. These are the same chemicals, but we're exploiting them as different things. Here we increased it to insomnia. Here we're just turning it. Ah, yeah, clear. We're just turning it to antihistamine. I'm just selling it. Where we have this thing as a ingredient. I can't remember what it's called. A sneeze buster. One thing you'll be noticing here is that these have side effects. So if we go to our company, the one we just made is an E. Yeah, this one's also pretty bad because it's got vomiting. So we're going to remove this side effect. Or we can't so much remove it, but we can lower the effect of it. So we're simply go to production. I'm just going to move these. I'm going to place on the new machine. These ones are a little tricky to place. And you'll see that it's actually, instead of being pills, these little creams. And yes, you guessed it, this is only a 25% strength. Nap more. You may see that this new mechanic, however, is going to be a bit better maybe. I was making slightly more profit from it due to the fact that the creamer gives us more gold at default. It gives us 10 more, but the pills soon overtake it. So this is E, he's obviously removed it, but as we got a lot of A's, and the sneeze buster we just made is a D just because it's not very strong. Oh, he's got infection stomper, as you see. He's using an infection, so you see that's why it's slightly grayed out because it's weaker. Advanced processing. So we're done. I think that's just it. I think there's nothing else to show. So this game is 23. It's like $20. It was 27 Australian, but I know that's because the conversion rate is ridiculous right now. So, if you like what you see, buy it. It's a lot of fun. I know that I gave enough justice. It is a whole lot. It's actually very difficult too. What I did there was very simple, but like when you're in the third ones, and I just saw like the first example I showed you, there was some real complex stuff. That took me maybe 30 minutes by itself. So if we save this mission, you will see that this one took us an hour and 20 minutes. This one was slightly quicker, but I didn't go along the complex road, and maybe that was not. But guys, see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoy the video. It's great fun. It's definitely great if you guys want to, I guess, play it. It's a lot of fun. I definitely suggest it. It's good fun. Hey guys, see you next time.